Press and hold the center power button to power on the bike. Hold down the plus and minus buttons simultaneously to reach the settings menu. Press the minus button to scroll down to the battery lock option. Press the center button to select the battery lock page. Press it once again to unlock and eject the battery. The top end of the battery will disengage from the bike. With the bike upside down, use a 4mm hex wrench to unthread the center kickstand bolt. Use a Torx T40 to remove the other two kickstand bolts located on each side of the bike. Locate and guide the kickstand cable out of the frame until the plug connection is accessed. Unplug the connection. Remove the center kickstand assembly by lifting it up and off the bike frame. Use a 2mm hex wrench to remove the 3 cover plate bolts and remove the cover plate from the bike. Use a 3mm hex wrench to remove the 4 ACU mounting bolts from the bike. Press from below and release the ACU up and out of the access compartment. Unplug the 2 cable connections. Fold the remaining cable ends up and tape them to the frame so they do not fall into the opening. Now, swap the ACU. Guide and press the new ACU into the opening in the frame. Untape the cables. And reconnect the 2 plugs from the new ACU to the correlating cables coming from the bike by aligning the arrows and firmly pressing them into one another. Feed the cable connections and cables back into the frame. Be sure to leave the kickstand cable out. Use a 3mm hex wrench to reinstall all 4 bolts that secure the ACU in the frame. Reinstall the cover plate by aligning the holes and reinstalling the 3 bolts using a 2mm hex wrench. Get the kickstand and drop it into the mounting position. Reconnect the cable connection by aligning the arrows and firmly pressing them into one another. Feed the cable and connection back into the access hole in the frame under the kickstand assembly. Mount the kickstand by first installing the center bolt using a 4mm hex wrench. Do not fully tighten. And follow up by reinstalling the final 2 bolts on each side using a Torx T40. Once all are threaded in, fully tighten all 3 kickstand bolts. Torque the side Torx bolts 20 to 22 Nm. Torque the center bolt 4 to 5 Nm. With the bike positioned upright, reinstall the battery by inserting the bottom in first and firmly pressing the top to lock it in place. Press and hold the center power button to power on the bike and test for proper function.